Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us this evening. The SPCA has been busier than ever since moving into our new rescue center just over a year ago. Thousands of abandoned and abused animals are now safe and living their best lives with loving families, thanks to you, our loyal friends and supporters who make our life-saving work possible. We have many heartwarming updates to share with you tonight, but first, I'd like to introduce two very special honorees whose dedication to the SPCA is inspiring and whose love for the animals is a cause for celebration.
I became involved with the SPCA about 27 years ago when my wife Ellen brought home our first shelter dog, Murphy, in a little cardboard box. The SPCA at the time was a compendium of old buildings of different eras, different conditions. Because I have a background in design, planning, and engineering, I was involved with making this new facility. And when I think about what was here before and what's here now, I'm very excited and proud to have been a part of making this happen. Just behind me, the staff of our firm is creating the new memory garden for the SPCA. They're working on Wilson's Walk. Wilson was my shelter dog who unfortunately passed this past April. People can come and just sit for a while and think good thoughts about their four-legged friends who may no longer be with us. The SPCA runs primarily on community support. This is not supported by taxpayer dollars. We continue to need community support to keep the programs running and to allow us to expand those initiatives. We never know what's going to happen from day to day, from week to week, and how our efforts may be needed differently than in the past. And the continued support of small donors, medium donors, and large donors will help us to keep this going for the next 50 or 100 years.
I've been involved with the SPCA for 12 years. Working here is probably the most important thing I'm doing in my life. Rescuing dogs and cats and seeing them off to their forever homes is the most meaningful thing. The SPCA is an amazing organization who goes out of their way to do everything to make the lives of the cats and dogs in their care, and sometimes other animals, really the best that it can be while they're here. I'm a foster as well of cats and dogs. And fostering is one of the things you can do as a volunteer that is very important. It helps the older dogs to get out of the shelter, to decompress, to really experience what a house is, what love is and attention is. Another foster opportunity is, for example, cats, mothers with kittens, which is an amazing experience that I recently had. And also cats who come out of surgery or are sick and need a home to recover. So fostering overall means a ton to the animal, but it really is an experience that is so meaningful when you do it. The SPCA does such incredible work in our community and beyond. As the mom of two beagle boys, I was thrilled when they rescued many beagles who were part of the historic cruelty case in Virginia, where the Vigo laboratory breeding facility was thankfully shut down.
On August 24th, 10 newly freed laboratory beagles arrived at the SPCA after a long journey. They were trembling and completely shut down, and sadly, these dogs were to be sold off to labs for medical research and experimentation, and were found living in horrific conditions. SPCA Westchester depends on the support of generous people like you to help us carry out our humane mission. Our work is never done, and demand for the SPCA services is great. Won't you please support us to ensure we'll always be there for animals? And now, here are some of the SPCA's accomplishments this year. As we usher in a new and exciting future, we want to thank each and every one of you for supporting the animals in our care. But our work is far from over, as the need for our services has grown significantly. We can only expand our programs and increase our rescue efforts to help more at-risk animals with you by our side. And with costs and expenses on the rise, we need you now more than ever. On behalf of all of us at the SPCA, thank you.